Yesterday we had the summer solstice, which was the 21st of June. And I've written this actually yesterday, but I'm going to add to it today, as I know it's been a while since I've done an Ascension energy update video. But yesterday I felt a shift and I felt a change, and I want to share that with you guys. So I felt that it was really special, and that there's been a change in the frequency and the energy. And the sun at the moment where I am is shining so brightly, and my senses just feel so heightened. I'm definitely taking this time to enjoy and embrace the energy. This month holds a focus and a healing potential for our solar plexus chakra, which is the third chakra, the third energy point in the body. And it's to do with our personal power center. The sun is powerful and charging, and my awareness and thoughts were on this ascension energy and using it for our highest good. And I appreciate that we're all here in this life for different reasons and to work on different things. So when I share, it's just from my perspective. But it does come to a point where I realised we are given multiple opportunities and attempts to heal certain areas within our lives. Anything that is not dealt with or suppressed on an emotional, mental, spiritual level will then manifest in the physical. For example, those who suffer, let's say, with stomach troubles, bloating, aches, or sensitivities in that area, something to look at would be, what emotions are we unable to process or to deal with? What are we not expressing? Are we not expressing those emotions, or are we taking on others' emotions? Because behind every physical illness is an emotional root cause, and our soul will try to bring this to our attention. But many struggle to listen to themselves and continue forward by trying to treat the physical complaint, but not addressing the root cause of it. And like I say, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. I'm just trying to inspire you to look within. And if we want a better world, we must start by being better people. We all have work to do, like no one is perfect. And for what we don't learn, it will just keep repeating for us. It's like a circle. We'll keep going round, whether it'll be, a different ache or a different pain or a different situation or different people, until those lessons are learned, like the cycles will keep repeating. And this just message I really want to put out there is to really prioritize yourself and your healing. For anything that in this life that we don't learn, it just gets carried over into other lives for us to learn. And it's like a cycle. It will just continue to cycle and repeat. Our soul will continue to try and learn and develop. And I do feel, though, that as the frequency of Earth continues to change, many of us will feel more of a difference between ourselves and others. We can be looking at the same sun, sky, and clouds, but experiencing totally different realities. And I notice that a lot. Like, you can be around people, but they are literally, like I say, they're not on your wavelength, or they're not in tune with your energy, or like you're existing in the same place, but you're in two different dimensions. It's really hard to describe, but if any of you guys are also feeling that, you'll know what I mean by that. And some of that does come down to how calcified one's pineal gland is. And this is something that I'd say for the last month or two I've been looking into on a deeper level. I'm not going to say too much on the video because I don't know what I can or I can't say on here. But I came across an amazing book, Heal the Pineal, and it's shared actually a lot of information that I knew, but actually having it written down and reading it from a different perspective, it really resonated. And I feel for a lot of people, I don't think people sometimes are always so aware of all the toxins that are in, whether it's what you consume, what you eat, like that's on a physical level, what, maybe in medicines or things people have had over the years or from childhood. I can't talk too deeply about on here, but I always say to people, look up and research and look into everything that you put into your body, whether that's through consumption of the mouth or into your bloodstream or into you really have to be so conscious and aware, because there is so much that we don't know about, but yet it has such effects on our body and can be accountable for so many of the problems many of us can be having. So for a lot of people, like if you suffer with constant fatigue, it could be worth looking into decalcifying your pineal gland and looking into that, because it can be related to low melatonin production, and that can then lead to poor sleep, the mood swings, the fatigue, the depression, the anxiety, cravings, for alcohol, and other things that aren't good for you, because those toxins attack healthy cells. And especially as well if you're suffering hormonal imbalances, that's another one. MS. If you're feeling particularly spiritually disconnected and lethargic, I mean, there's so many things, or increase in allergies or inflammations. Really, I can only encourage that. It's really helped me looking into something I've known about, but on a deeper level, like digging into it, because the pineal gland is such I can't stress how important it is. It's such a tiny gland, but it's so important. So I've found by making certain changes and trying to gently detoxify my body. I mean, I don't think I personally have that many toxins because I'm very health conscious, but you'd be surprised. I mean, they're still in the air. They're still around us, but it can be little things, in your home. Maybe some people have these plugins all the time, or scented candles, things like that, look for a natural alternative. Make sure you're drinking like pure energized water with the least kind of chemicals in as possible. I've got my water filter, luckily, or I'll buy fresh water. That's quite a privilege to be able to do that, I feel, because obviously in a lot of countries and places people don't always have that choice. So I always say just do what you can with what you have, or the finances or the resources you have. Sun gazing, a tiny little bit of sun gazing, and just allowing the sun to bless your body so you can have your vitamin D consumption, but also so it can energize and help your cells. Like, honestly, the power of the sun is ancient. Like, that's always been healing people. Obviously, it's like anything, anything in too much excess may not be good for you. And increasing physical activity and training, because that's a great way to channel through creative energy. But also for those of us that are more sensitive to energies, it's a great way to ground and root and channel our energy into something that's for our highest good. And eat, again, organic diet where you can, like freshly prepared juices or smoothies, and try even going to sleep a little bit earlier, say like 9 or 10 p.m. And maybe once or twice a year, it could be worth looking at doing like a parasite or a toxic kind of purification, or some type of detox. No detox is going to be bad for you, because it's going to allow your body to remove a lot of those toxins that are built up. And this is what people don't realize. Like, many of us have been having toxins given to you from like pretty much near enough from when you're born, and then you're exposed to them, and really reduce time on the technical devices that give off that blue light, infrared light, the fake light, basically, because that disrupts your circadian rhythm too, and the hormones and the things in the body. And what I predict and what I feel that's going to happen is, in the society we're in, where there's this increase in all these chemicals, increase in this modernness and this technology, what that's going to mean is more health problems that we might not have used to see so often. More autism in children, a lot more things, because people don't realize a lot more cancer cases, especially this is going to come down to even like younger people. And there's going to be so many of these health things we're already seeing. It's quite rare sometimes you think younger people randomly getting, heart attacks, these issues, cancers, hormone things, thyroid things, like, sometimes that's when they're older. But I do see it for this younger generation, or this younger type of people now, that they're going to be getting more health problems. It's only a matter of time, really, because there's only so much the body can take. And then if it's not being detoxified, or people aren't spending as much time out in nature anymore, they're more inside, online, on a phone, on a laptop, on an iPad, rather than being out or socializing or just being in nature. Because again, as I say to people, nature is healing. Every bit of nature, whether it's water, earth, the wind, the sky, wherever you go, whether even if you've just got a little park in your neighborhood or you've got forest and woodland, remember that nature heals itself, and within every nature element, you will always have the spirits of the land that are there as well that you can call on to help and for healing. So it's about embracing all those earth elements. And one thing I majorly struggled with over the last year or two was feeling like I had no control, and I could see all this corruption and wrongdoing and attacks on our health. And it's like, like what down from like what's in our water to what they put up around our homes, in the name of technology, but actually it's just radiation. It's harming and killing and damaging people. And I was literally breaking down because I'm so sensitive, and when you can see and feel and know things are wrong and not for people's greatest good, it's so hard to deal with. But then through learning more that there is still a lot more I can do, and I can call upon the energy of the earth to give myself that energy instead of, some people will look for energy from external sources like other people, or they get their energy not from source basically. And that's not ideal for people. So it's looking at where you can get energy from in the most natural and organic way. And that is spending time in nature, looking at your diet, making adjustments. Like people will think, oh, it's expensive to spend more on water or healthy organic food. However, but that's your health, if you want to live a healthy life. Otherwise, if you're ill and you can't go to work, you're then losing out on money. So it's about balancing it and relooking at what is important to you and what aligns for you. That was just something I really wanted to touch on. And I do feel like through the shift in energy and through the sun, you can feel it. Different days you'll go out in the sun, and some days it will feel like it's genuinely charging you. And other days I've had it where it literally just feels like it's burning, and it's weird, it's different. But like I said, from yesterday, I felt a change in that energy, and it's about calling on that energy where you can to get what you need and to keep upgrading yourself. Like I can genuinely feel the DNA changes within my body. I can feel changes that are happening, and I believe this is for many people. If you're doing the work and you're, doing the best you can, and you're trying to look after your health in all ways, like these upgrades and these changes, they are happening, they are real, but for all of us will feel them at different times. But it is as well about keeping ourselves as rooted and grounded as possible, because it's so easy to just feel like we're here but we're not here, or we don't really exist here. And that's when it really starts to kind of be a challenge. So like I say, I'm just sharing light on things that we can do to try and inspire and uplift us, because I know it is challenging. I have this all the time. One minute I'm up here like, yeah, we can do this, we've got energy. The next I'm down there, I don't want to be here. So I get it, it's not easy. But there is changes taking place. So get yourself out in nature if you can. Drink some better water. Just eat more fresh and pure. And that is going to have such a great effect on you. And as I was saying, this experience that two people can experience the same place, but in two different places. And it's about remembering as well that both realities have been experienced and they're valid, but that doesn't make the pain and the loneliness any easy with that, no matter which reality someone is experiencing. But as I say every day, let that sun touch your skin, allow it to upgrade your DNA, eat and drink as healthily as you can, have at least, 10 minutes, even if you can, 10 minutes just sunbathing or gazing for a few seconds at that sun. And just make daily time to meditate as well. That's so precious, because in this busy world where it's like you have to be busy all the time, just take that time to be still and reconnect back and listen to the beat of Mother Earth and the beat of your heart. And, you're alive, you're in this human body. So take time to ground and reconnect, even on your worst days when you feel like giving up. Don't be afraid to ask spirit for a sign or help when you're in need. And you can rely and trust the spirit world more than any human being. I can promise you that. And those who won't commit to helping themselves or do the necessary healing work will continue to struggle immensely with the physical existence. And Another thing I just noted that I wanted to say is, as well, if you're able to spend as much time near water as possible, if you can bathe in it or swim in it, that'll have loads of healing benefits as well for you. And the water, nature, and the spirits of the land, they're all there waiting to help and be of assistance. And as this Earth's energy changes, it can be helpful to cleanse the space in your home as well, because energetically the frequencies in Earth is changing. Cleanse inside your home. So open the windows, use some bells like a singing bowl, or even if you prefer to sage, if you don't have those things, just use your pots and pans, whatever you are drawn towards, and literally sweep all the old energy out and set your intentions for the new energy that you want to bring in. And just welcome and embrace in that new energy. Little things like having flowers in your home, some nice earth elements, and just bring in that good energy. And the veil is much thinner at this time. I know we had the solstice the other day, but give or take a few days either side, that veil is thinner. So watch out for the signs and synchronicities and messages in nature and your dreams, because I do feel this, the more time you spend in nature, the more messages you'll start to receive. And your dreams, if you're anything like me, I could write pages and pages every morning. I would love to hear how this energy has been affecting you over the last couple of weeks and what you might have been going through, and if you can relate to anything that I have mentioned. And guys, I've given you a few little things, little pointers. Go and look into those a bit more, research, meditate on them, read on them, whatever you're drawn to. But this is just a little starting point to prompt, a new way of looking at things. Feel free to share, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.